Hello, and welcome to Mad Mage's Dungeon on Variant Rolls. Tonight I will be your headmistress, Nox, as we explore the magical academy known as Dweomercore. I'm going to go ahead and introduce our students. Let's start first with Alex of the he/they variety. Can you introduce yourself, your pronouns, your character, and their pronouns? And I will say that race and class will be discovered through play, at least for our audience. Well, actually, no, it's already spoiled by the overlay. So whatever.
Yeah, right. Hi, friends. I'm Alex. Pronouns are he/they. I'm on Twitter as AxolotlCure. Tonight I'm playing Jadis of Charn because I'm incapable of coming up with original names. So, she is a hobgoblin, Eldritch Knight, and I'm super excited to be here tonight.
Yay. Let's go ahead and introduce our second student. Maria, your pronouns, your character, and their pronouns.
Hello, I am Maria. She, they. I also am on Twitter at HappyCapster. I am playing Elena Dawnbro, and she is a gnome wizard. She's awesome.
Awesome. Seeing some sound concerns posted in the chat, so let's go ahead and make those adjustments real quick live on the air, because that's how you do it when you stream.
Yeah.
How does that sound, Chatteroony?
Hello.
Hey, friends.
Hello.
Oh, the grunts of sound checks.
Yes. Off to a great start.
Right.
Hello.
Okay, it's gonna
Is it me you're looking for?
It's gonna blow my ears out, but I want to make sure that chat can hear everybody. We'll go ahead and keep going. I'll just keep my little eyes on the chat, and feel free to give me a ping if anything else sounds wonky. Okay, let's move on to Alex of the she/her variety. Go ahead and introduce yourself, your pronouns, your character, and their pronouns.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Gaston. I use she/her pronouns, as does my character. Her name is Margot Baravan, but she goes by Stick.
Awesome.
Oh, and sorry, she's a bard. She's my first bard.
Yay.
You'll do great.
You got this.
You're going to hear the dulcet tones of Stick tonight.
One night only. Well, 3 nights only.
3 nights, probably 2 nights too many.
What was Stick's race?
Stick is a half-elf. That's right. Like, I completely forgot how this game works.
No, you're so good. I get to run it, and I've already forgotten what the game's even called. Last but not least is Danielle. Go ahead and introduce yourself, your pronouns, your character, and their pronouns.
Hello, everybody. I am Danielle, she, her pronouns, and my character Astra also uses she, her pronouns. I am on Twitter as at Rye Raconteur, and I'm also in the chat as Thalialata. I know it doesn't match. I'm sorry. My character Astra is an astrologer by trade and a light cleric / divination wizard by class.
Awesome.
Tiefling for race.
See, it's hard to remember.
I know.
It's a lot of things to remember.
Because in your mind, you're like, can't you see? Oh, wait, no, this is right. Imagination.
All right. I have turned down my mic volume. If that still doesn't help, my friends in chat know what to do. Just give me a heads up. Okay. I think it's time to actually do the darn thing and get started.
Did we introduce Maria?
Yeah. Yeah, it was one of the
Mhm.
first ones.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I did.
Mhm.
Elena, she does have she/her pronouns. I did forget that one.
We are a party.
Oh well.
All right, let's get some mood music going, and also hope that that doesn't futz with the audio.
We have to move like this the whole time.
A side shoulder. Wait, ooh. I have music and I'm real excited.
This is always the trickiest part, is balancing the music. So I'm not gonna worry about it too much as long as it's not too loud. Thanks chat for joining us. Thank you for working through us and with me through audio. Let's go ahead and set the scene. Dweomercore is an academy, magical academy, located deep underground in Undermountain. It has previously been an exclusive academy with an entrance exam open only to those select few. But recently, word has traveled the lands far and wide that Halaster has opened the doors, opened the admissions of Dweomercore to any who wish to come and learn the arcane arts from its teachers and in its libraries. The entrance exam has also been waived. So the only thing preventing someone from attending is really just a lack of interest. You all have made your way through various means deep underground to the halls of the academy, and you stand there with your various bags in hand and other traveling gear, and look and you look in front of you, and there is a long hall. As you look down this long hall, there are many others standing around you. You hear a dog. Someone brought their dog to the academy, and you don't know how they got there. Maybe it was a blink dog.
Gosh.
But then you're like, why didn't I bring my pet? What a good idea. But you see in front of you is a gathering of all sorts of others in various traveling gear, various skin color, races, some with horns, some with pointy ears, some with regular rounded ears, some big and small, wide, tall. All various shapes and sizes are clustered in front of you. And the bringing together of this many people generates a chatter of excitement and the shuffling of feet, and it echoes off of these stone walls in the entrance hall, this long, narrow area. Everyone just sort of moves forward. You all are kind of moved along with this large group. As you move down this hall, you see some other side rooms. As you look, through the entryway to some of these other side rooms, one of them has a small array of stuffed Queen Anne style armchairs, with the tufted seat and back and the round arms. Another room, you see a line of coats and cloaks hanging on a wall. As you move further down this long hallway towards what appears to be sort of like an open reception type area, you also pass by a closed door, and you see the letters WC on a placard on the front of it. As you all move through this narrow hall into a much wider sort of entryway, you look around, and the floor beneath your feet is smooth stone, somehow polished to a high shine, and the walls alongside are likewise smooth worked stone. From the top of the ceiling hangs a iron chandelier. Peculiarly, not all of the candles are in holders, and not all the candles are even lit. And you notice as you look around that there's actually not that very many light sources in the area. There's the occasional wall sconce that appears to be illuminated magically, the occasional tall standing floor candelabra with lit wax candles that flicker ever so slightly. Who here has dark vision?
I do.
Who here doesn't have dark vision? Do you all have dark vision?
Seems like.
Perfect. So you quickly come to realize
I don't think I have dark vision. I'm so sorry.
Elena, is it Elena? Elena.
Yeah, it's Elena.
Elena, you have to squint a little bit in the low light. And there's this sort of moment of, like, what the hell? Do they not believe in light around this place? And you realize as you look around and sort of take in the kind of individuals that have sought out this place of learning, that they are people that typically are born with the ability to see in the dark. And those others that are like yourself, you see, as they like maybe cast like a light spell on something.
I must have had a bad morning because I shake my head and remember I do have dark vision. And I just blink really, really hard. I'm like, oh, that's better.
Yeah, you rubbed the sleep out of your eyes. It was a long way down here.
You were up late studying.
Do you
Right.
need me to clean your glasses? Is that I got
Yes.
No, I'm fine.
okay.
If you could hold these books, though.
Okay.
She just has like an arm full of books already.
I'll hold the books.
Okay, that's better. Thank you.
You all stand there just sort of like idly looking around, waiting for whatever comes next. And you hear the slow rhythmic clicking of hard-soled shoes on stone floor. Click, 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 and it echoes ever so slightly and gets louder as it gets closer. And from around the corner emerges this tall figure. Long, gangly limbs, hidden underneath long, flowing robes. An impressive beard hangs down to his chest, and he has wild, wavy white hair. And as he slowly turns the corner, this big grin, almost Cheshire-like, spreads across his face. And he opens his arms wide and then positions himself center front of this entire group. Welcome, my students. I'm so glad you've made it here. I'm so glad that my call attracted so many fine young pupils. Let me introduce myself. You may know me as Halaster. This is my academy. I am the headmaster, and I am so delighted to teach you what I know and learn from you things that maybe I don't. Now, you might all be wondering, what comes next? How does it work here? Do you have a schedule? I assure you, you do. We are a school of positive reputation. So, follow the glowing lights on your left and on your right. You'll know you're following the right light if when you look at it, it's your favorite color. That's just a little party trick I like to do. It will take you to your dormitories. And once you've arrived there, you will be escorted off to your first class, given a tour around the academy. You're also free to explore as you wish. And good luck. And he lets out another, like, wild laugh.
Elena starts clapping.
Tickle just kind of finger guns awkwardly.
Astra just kind of nods like, yes, I was expecting. Like, I knew this all along.
I lean over and kind of nudge Asta with my elbow. All Westerners like this?
No, he seems to be a bit of a unique case.
I hope so.
And I thought I was weird.
I mean, he can be a little eccentric because, I mean, he knows everything, right? I mean, that's why he has this school, right?
I don't think he knows everything.
Well, I hope you're wrong.
So, he gives one last wild, high-pitched laugh that seems way too much for the situation. Turns on heel and slow clacks his way back down the same hall that he emerged from. You guys see pop into existence boop, 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 these various lights. And as you go to look at them, you do indeed notice that some happen to turn conveniently your favorite color. And other students sort of like look around and go, no, I don't really care for that one. No. Oh, that's my favorite. I love that shade of teal. And they some go head off in that direction. And you all conveniently happen to find your way following the same point of light as it sort of bobs down the hall and leads you out of this sort of reception area, this sort of receiving area, I should say, and you start going down a long hall. You pass various sites, and for some of those in your group that decide to dally and maybe check it out, you are quickly reprimanded by the floating ball of light that somehow you realize turns around, even though it doesn't appear to have a defined front or back. But you just get the sense that it does. And it says to you, no, keep your hands to yourself. Wait until we get to the dormitories. Then you may be allowed to explore. But first you must know where you rest your head at night. And then it flips around and continues to bounce along until you arrive, indeed, to your dormitories.
Elena is definitely reprimanded at least 3 times.
I'm having difficulty seeing mine because it's black.
Yeah, mine's like a midnight blue, so I'm like mixing mine up with yours.
Is that mine? No. Wait, is that? No. Are we just supposed to go in the same direction?
Are we all in the same dorm?
What color are you seeing? Because I'm seeing midnight blue.
I'm seeing midnight blue.
I'm seeing black. What are you guys seeing?
I mean, that's basically midnight blue. How about you? And she points to Jadis or Jadis.
Very, very dark red.
That one's not blue or black. Well, it could be black.
Ooh, dark red. That sounds good. That's a cool color. Metal, bro. I like it.
Thank you.
I love it. Yes, so finally you do arrive to your rooms, and yes, Elena, you are indeed scolded multiple times, and at one point the glowing ball of light bobs in front of your face and seems to shake as it scolds you. What did I tell you?
Leave her alone. Here, you want me to take your books for you?
Sure.
I'll take half. You take half, or I'll take
Okay.
all. I'll take all. That's cool. No, I got them.
Okay.
Yep, we're good.
Okay. She doesn't know what to do with her hands, and so she starts just fiddling with the necklace she's wearing.
I'll give her one book back.
Sounds like Elena needs pockets.
Oh, she has a messenger bag that she never takes off. Like, she's never taken it off, and probably, well, until she sleeps. But it's super worn. And like the bottom of it definitely has been placed down and picked up a lot, so it's a little bit threadbare and a little bit dirty, which she could fix if she thought about it, but she doesn't think about it. It's like part of her, like an extension of her body.
Awesome. Yeah, so eventually you do get to the dormitories. They are you're taken through a number of halls at this point. So without a map, without this little ball of light sort of pointing out where things are at, it's very easy to get lost in this place. There's a number of halls that have numbers of doors leading down them, and eventually you arrive to this sort of junction. You enter a set of heavy oak doors, and in the front of them are carved these wide, Cheshire-like smiles. And they open with a creak. The ball of light doesn't even need to do anything for them to open. It's just, and it lets this ball of light pass through, and subsequently the rest of your group. And you are brought to a hall with another door at the far end, also thick oak. And there's a number of doors that line this wall. You see little placards on the front of each door, and they have a variety of names. Some of the names you see are Turbulence, Violence, Karstis, Yarick, and then your own names. Stick. Well, I wouldn't say Stick, it has your real name on there. You see one says Elena, another says Astra, another says Jadis.
Can I like hold the books and then like reach up with like a pen and like try to like scratch out Margot and like
When you do that, the ball of light comes like bouncing over to you and starts to shake again. Hey, what are you doing? Your name's on there for a reason.
yeah, it's not the right name, dude. Calm down.
First off, I'm clearly not a dude. I'm a ball of light, and that is definitely your name.
Everybody's a dude. The chair's a dude. That door's a dude. And
Can
I'm
I-
like,
can-
still
Can
doing
I
it.
can I be a dude?
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
I point at Stick. The dude has a point.
Dude. And at this point, it probably like has really crappily written like stick on top of it.
At this point, you think you hear the ball of light let out a sigh, and maybe like if it had shoulders, they'd sort of sink. But instead the ball of light just becomes sort of egg-shaped. And eventually it rounds back out and it goes, fine, do what you will. My job and responsibility here is done. Make yourself at home and don't get into the kind of trouble you're not supposed to get into. And then boop, 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 it just bounces out and floats around the corner. And you guys are left in the hall of what appears to be you and other students' dormitories.
Later, dude. I grab
kind
my.
of-
Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go. You go ahead.
Oh, I'm just gonna tap on the door that says violence. Thought this was mine for a minute. And I open the door to my dorm, and I let in my familiar, which is a little wolf pup named Malgrim.
Can I pet it? Please, can I pet it? I promise. Despite my appearance, I don't try to fight everything that I see.
I draw my sword and I point it directly at Stick, and Malgrim runs up and just starts jumping up on you, putting his short little legs.
I would have
Um,
squatted down, and so
You're like,
like it knocks me over, so the books go flying backwards as the dog's on my chest. Oh my
I'll help Elena catch the books.
Thank you, little dude. How are you doing? Going to my god, just scratching behind your ears. Can I have it?
For now.
I wonder what kind of trouble we are allowed to get into. Did anyone catch that loophole?
I was gonna ask about that myself.
Hey, I just made a dude like give up on me, so I think we're good to go.
Yeah.
She said I could do whatever I wanted. Or it said. The dude said we could do whatever we wanted.
Well, I want to go
Got
put
it.
these books down, so I'm gonna do that. I would like to go into my room.
So, as each of you at some point enter your room, the furnishings are pretty much identical, as are the arrangements. Things that stand out, or things of note, I should say. Each room has a bed that sits up against the far wall. At the foot of it is a foot locker, with iron bands and a sturdy padlock. Since these are you guys' rooms, the lock is actually in the padlock, so you can secure your goods in there. There is also a plain writing desk on the adjacent wall. The top of the desk holds an ink jar. There's a quill resting in a holder. You see some rolled up blank scrolls. Some empty notebooks are waiting for you as well. And then the most unique piece of each of your rooms is off in the far corner, on the opposite wall from the desk, are 5 tubes attached to the wall that move up through the ceiling. There are brass labels curved around the front of these tubes, and each of them are labeled with the location. The locations labeled on the tubes are the reading niche, the headmaster's office, the workshop, the kitchen, and the study hall.
Are they big tubes or small tubes? Like, are they body-sized tubes or like?
Are they? Yeah, are they like
Are
those
like
bank
big
tubes?
ones?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, the latter. They're about the size, and you actually look on the desk. There is a container, like just an empty one. That it's easy for you to put 2 and 2 together. There, that if you were to put it up into this tube, it would get sucked up.
I would like to.
Oh, okay, you go first.
I want to go over, write down on the desk, send chicken, put it in a tube, and stick it in the kitchen one and see what happens.
Jesus Christ.
I would like to do the same thing, but I want to spend about 5 minutes and write out about 6 pages worth of a letter to the headmaster, thanking him for this opportunity and hoping that this is going to be beneficial for both him and me, and picking his brain about the various necromantic arts and like their utilities and things like that. And then I just want to like stuff it in the tube and just send it to his office.
I'm so proud. I love her so much. I'm over here going, I wonder if I can get food. And she's over here going, I want to excel and succeed in life. I feel like we're going to end up being each character from the Breakfast Club.
A more clever version of myself might have made this a Breakfast Club ripoff, but I did not.
I'm probably Judd Nelson.
Probably.
Jadis and Astra, are you doing anything in particular while you have the opportunity to check out your new living spaces?
I'm unpacking all of my astrology stuff. So like star charts, which are probably useless because I'm somewhere that there is no sky, but I'm gonna find a way. And like healing crystals and like very, very new agey like candles and just like covering the desk.
Does anyone have anything of value that they decide to store in the footlocker?
Yes.
I
I have a chess set. Actually, basically everything I have except for I have a magical pearl of power that I keep in my pocket. And most of my books, half of which are fiction of some kind. And then like about 10 pieces of paper. The rest of it just goes in the thing, including a chess set. I have a full chess set.
Gotcha. Cool.
Actually, I lied. The chess set, I would set that up on the desk after I finish writing it. The letter. I would set it up on there.
You'll notice that the stick doesn't really have that much stuff. She just has like a small bag that she just like puts in there just for good measure, but pretty much everything she owns is on her, including like this cool but somewhat dingy looking shield that just hangs off of her back. And so she's like, oh yeah, and like tries to like put something into the locker just to be like everybody else, but doesn't really have much. Yeah, totally valuables. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
It
Anybody?
like locks it. It's pretty much underwear.
Yeah. Yeah, no underwear thieves in these parts. Jadis, anything in particular you want to store in the footlocker?
Traveling gear. I think I've got like a crowbar, some rations from getting all the way out here. I'm definitely keeping my sword, Shatterspike, on me. I'm keeping my shield on my back. Don't want to just drop those off in goddamn foreign land out here. But yeah, mostly my miscellaneous stuff. I'm gonna hold on to like my armor and shield and everything.
All right, awesome.
Oh, I do have a little box that's maybe about that big or so. That's also in my bag.
Okay. Good to know. You do anything else in your rooms?
Take an not an unusually long time, but longer than I would prefer to read the labels, which are written in Common, and hope to myself that they accept assignments in Goblin.
Good question. Good question, young Jadis. Stick.
Yeah.
You put your chicken request into the smaller sort of clear tube.
I did.
You insert it into the bottom open end of one of these tubes that are attached to the wall.
Okay.
It gets sucked up into it.
I'm just like I just literally like Indian style, like right in front of it, waiting.
How long do you wait for?
I'll give it 5 minutes.
Nothing happens.
This is bullshit. I don't even have anything to go to the kitchen. Dudes, have you tried putting anything in the kitchen tube? Did you get anything?
No,
Not the kitchen tube.
I just ate this morning. Not hungry yet.
Oh my god, I'm so hungry. Come on,
Did you eat
Twinkies?
breakfast? It's the most important meal of the day.
She's
I
right,
did.
you know.
I didn't have anything.
That's really sad.
Do you want some
Yeah.
food? I've got some.
What do you have? I'm like already at the door. What do you have?
I probably got like an assortment of munchies. Like,
Ooh, munchies. What do you got?
like I don't know.
You got like
Get crisps.
Fritos,
Yeah, totally.
meat strips.
Yep.
Yes.
Come on
meat
in.
strip. Yeah, I'll take. Okay, yeah. That's all good. I sit down. I'm just starting to demolish like unapologetically like all of her food.
Yeah, and Astra's probably like sitting on the floor like in like a pentagram. She's drawn, having like a prayer moment, but she's like, "Here, snacks."
That's cool. That's
Snacks
cool.
make
You're not
friends.
you're not trying to fatten me up or anything, are you?
No.
So as you guys,
No.
as you guys are having this wonderful bonding moment over consumables, you hear another clack, 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 clack sound of hard-heeled shoes against the stone floors of this place. And then from right outside of the doors of your rooms, you hear another voice call out. Hello, students?
Stick my
Students?
head out the door.
Yeah, I poke my head out the door.
Same.
Oh, she is
It's-
way too chipper. What do you want?
For those of you that look, what you see is a small gnomish woman, round and plump, proportional to her size. She wears a little black dress, tucked in at the waist. The hem of it stops at her ankles, and she wears black pointy shoes. On top of her head, she wears a black wide-rimmed hat, and it likewise has a little point. At her waist is a messenger bag, made of like canvas or some kind of material. And then she has hanging from her belt is a wand. And she's kind of clutching at the strap of the messenger bag. Oh, hello, students. My name is Clarissa. I am one of the attendants here. at Dweomercore, and I've been instructed to come and bring our new students to the lecture hall for your orientation before you are allowed to explore the rest of the academy at your leisure. Now, if you don't all mind, come along, come along. She has wavy red hair and wide, happy green eyes.
Do you have food?
Oh, well, we can get food in the kitchens. But we don't quite have time for that just now. But we will be serving a lunch in the dining hall with the rest of your new class, and that way you have an opportunity to meet some of these students that are already enrolled here.
Astra slips some cookies into Stick's pockets. Like just winks.
Elena quickly dashes back into her room, puts a couple more books in her bag, and then comes out. This Clarissa basically looks like Elena if she was at this school for a long time. Elena has like her hair in this just gigantic mess of like a bun-shaped hairdo with just super thick glasses, but also has a messenger bag full of stuff. Doesn't really wear like dresses. She kind of has like these almost this romper with a overall romper, and then like a really plain shirt underneath it. She's very not caring about what she looks like.
You're adorable. You're gonna get a crooked back if you keep carrying books like that.
Oh, it's fine.
All right.
So as the rest of you come out, she does give you a nod of acknowledgement, Elena. Another person of gnomish descent.
She instinctively like grabs onto the messenger bag almost the same way.
As you all kind of file out and join her in the hall, the door you knocked on before, Jadis, the one that says violence, it opens up slowly. And out walks a nearly 6 foot tall, red-skinned tiefling woman. She almost has to kneel her head to make her way through the doorway. She has 2 horns in a slight spiral and dark black hair pulled up into a ponytail, and just solid yellow eyes. And she, go ahead.
I knock my like the back of my gauntlet up against the nameplate. I'm like, it's a good name you got there.
She kind of looks down at you, like literally down her nose at you. Just sort of like smirks. If I care about your opinion, I'll ask for it. Then she whips her head around, the ponytail flying, sassily, and looks to the short gnome woman and says, are these the new students? And Clarissa smiles up at her. Yes, we're so excited to have them here. And Violence, the tiefling girl, looks at the door right next to her, which says Turbulence, knocks back at it with the back of her knuckles. It opens up, and out steps an identical tiefling. Red skin, same curled horn shape, bright yellow eyes, but her black hair hangs loose around her shoulders. She walks out, looks appraisingly at all of you, just gives a little bit of a chuckle, looks at her sister. Violence, are these the new students? This is when I get to talk to myself. Violence looks at her sister and says, yes, they are. I think orientation might be soon. Perhaps we should follow them and see if there's anyone that might be useful.
I'll just look at her and go,
Elena's kind of like shirking like back behind Astra.
Astra kind of shifts to cover you a little bit, since she is also tiefling and feels like maybe she's on some sort of even footing.
They completely ignore you, Astra, as if you aren't even present.
Well, at least
part of
Elena
me,
is safe
part
then.
of me for the part of me for the sneeze. I'm allergic to stuck-up assholes.
Oh, well, You seem to think highly of yourself for someone who's just arrived and didn't even have to complete the entrance exam.
You feel highly of yourself for somebody who has literally a copy.
That just means there's more to go around. And
I've heard about this.
I tried to take the entrance exam. They wouldn't. But
Elena, you're fine.
Yeah, Astra just kind of like taps you in the shoulder and says, don't engage.
Elena, at least you know how to read.
do you not know how to read?
Oh, no, that's not what that's
That's
Oh,
not what she meant.
fine. It's
key.
I do. The cat and the dog ran over the hill. Yep, I'm there.
Okay.
Sweetie, I'm going to explain sarcasm to you later.
It's
Okay.
fine. You don't need to.
Okay.
It's entertaining. You're sweet. You're fine. Keep up the good work.
Oh. Okay.
There we go. Good job.
Clarissa kind of looks panicked between all of you. Now, we're all students here. We all have the same objectives. We're all here to learn. Now, maybe, Halaster, and she kind of looks up at Turbulence and Violence, like a warning look. Now, Halaster has invited all of these students here, which means everybody belongs, regardless of how they got here. Now, let us all head to the lecture hall for orientation, and then you all are more than welcome to squabble amongst yourselves, as long as it's out of earshot. And Turbulence and Violence just sort of sigh and roll their eyes. Clarissa leads you all, along with these two new tiefling companions that share the same dormitory wing that you do. Again, the one thing you notice is you kind of head back sort of the same way that you came. These halls and turns look familiar. But you pass the sort of receiving entrance area and you continue down another hall. And again, just more and more doors just off to all sides, leading to all kinds of rooms. Some have grand portraits, some have statues, just all manner of oddity everywhere you look. At one point, you actually start heading towards what appears to be a dead end of a hall. But Clarissa just walks right through it. And quickly reveals itself to be,
Illusion.
an illusion, exactly.
Elena does spend about 10 seconds, like, staring, like, about this far away from the wall, just, like, looking at it. And, like, kind of touching it and going through it.
I'll walk through it and like extend my hand out the wall.
You'll just like poke your arm, and then I'll just like poke around the wall.
Ah!
Are you okay?
Yeah, I was just waiting for you.
Oh, okay. And then she takes a step forward. Just go through it.
As you do this, you enter into another long hallway. This hall has it has small alcoves along the side with various statues of different figures. Again, looks like this thing did ends, but Clarissa just walks right through, and it's just as easy for the rest of you to pass. It leads to another hallway, another long hall, and there are two doors on the side. And you see towards the end, the far end of this hall, a spectral-like figure. Appears to be humanoid. You can see through them. They have a sort of like blue tint to themselves overall, and they just sort of watch you all silently as Clarissa leads you towards your next destination.
I'm just like, hey, how's it going? Hey.
Is it like a creature or like do I recognize what it is or what it might be?
Yeah, it's easy enough to tell that this is just a humanoid. I don't think you're close enough to really get a sense of it other than that, like whether it's an elf or human. It doesn't have horns. So it's certainly not a tiefling. Maybe it's half orc, maybe it's some other sort of humanoid thing, but there's no like telltale distinct signs of it being an elf, like the pointy ears or tail of a tiefling or anything like that.
Maybe it's half orc. Maybe it's D&D.
Yep. So for the sake of brevity, you are led into what is a lecture hall. It looks like your classic lecture hall. There is a desk at the front where you enter, with a lectern, and old black chalkboard behind it. Some magical instruments are set on the desk, and then of course you've got the sort of like stadium style seating, and there's a number of other individuals already there. You all take a seat. The next like maybe 15 minutes or so are spent just as like a quick kind of orientation. Hey, welcome to Dweomercore. Clarissa introduces herself. Halaster does not make another appearance. The floating light comes back, says that they are there to be a guide in case you get very, very lost, but also somehow fails to manage how you would actually reach out to them. Just says like, hey, if you get lost, I'm here to help, but then doesn't actually tell you how to get a hold of them. Some of the other schools' teachers introduce themselves. One is a tiefling, the other is another floating ball. But this time, instead of a glowing light, it's a crystal ball. And they introduce themselves as, let me remember their name, Professor Bring.
Professor Bring?
Bring. Like, bring me this. Bring me something.
That's a good name.
Professor Bring is the crystal ball, right?
Yes. It looks like this, like, sort of crystal ball is, like, the best way I can think to describe it.
Astra is immediately sure that Professor Bring is going to be her favorite professor.
At the end of it, they'd let you know that dinner, let's say you arrived here around like maybe just like after lunch or something, early afternoon maybe, that dinner will be served within the next couple hours, and that you can find the dining hall located on many of the maps meant to guide you all, new students and guests and things like that, as you visit the academy. After that, they leave, they disperse the class, they say feel free to get acquainted with the campus, and tomorrow you will start your studies and receive your schedule. So, you all have locations. Is there anywhere you'd like to visit to start, now that you are free to go about your own devices?
I would love to go to the library.
I would too, coincidentally, and I would not like to go alone. Hey!
Ooh.
That's
Elena will go up to Stick and say, hey, we're all gonna go look at the library. Do you want to come with us?
That's
or
not
did you want to get food? I know you said you were hungry. I don't think there's any.
Do you think we can like grab like a little snacky on the like way to the library? Like, could we do that? I would love to go to the library.
Can we check and see if there's like if on the map that the kitchen is en route to the library?
It is.
Tis indeed. Fine. You probably don't want to get like crumbs in the books or anything, but
I promised I will not get crumbs in the books.
Okay.
I will respect the books. I like big books and I cannot lie. These other binders can't deny.
Oh my god, here we go. Let's hits begin.
Hard.
It's begun. It has only just begun.
I love it.
I have been waiting. Some snackage.
Yeah, I guess snackage and then books.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad we're all going together. Best not to get caught alone by thing 1 and thing 2.
Agreed.
They weren't very nice.
They're so deliciously terrible. I just I cannot wait to get in a fight. Cool. All right, snackage.
All right, so you all are heading towards to the library with the intention to stop into the kitchen on the way. Is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Also, Astra's. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say Astra's also making a mental note to like write out Stick's horoscope and try to figure out when this fight is going to happen, since it's inevitable. And she'd like to be prepared.
Much appreciated.
All right.
Let me know if I'm gonna win or not.
Yeah. Yes. We'll talk about that. She's like making notes. And she's, as we're walking, she's asking you questions like, "And when were you born?"
I was born in the summer solstice under a full moon.
Okay.
Yeah.
She like notates that down.
Mm-hmm.
And what's your star sign?
I'll just go with my own. Virgo.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She just
Don't let it give you any ideas, though.
She's
No.
just making notes as we walk.
Mm-hmm.
So as you guys walk, you head out. You are more than welcome to try to make your own maps if you like. But that's up to you and your level of commitment to this game.
I'll remember it.
Because, yeah, this place is wild. So, so as you walk out from the lecture hall, Clarissa, one thing you notice is kind of Clarissa hangs back. She's talking to Professor Bring, as well as the other professor, the tiefling. You walk out, and the sort of spectral figure you had seen before is no longer there. But based on, the sort of layout of the map, and there's multiple maps posted along the way, with like the "you are here" sort of stamp, but it's got a big dumb smile on it too. You head out from the classroom. Directly across from you are additional classrooms, including the potions classroom. Let me get my bearings here.
Did anyone else notice that they have a lot of smiling face iconography everywhere?
I did
It's a little weird.
Is it a Westerner thing?
I don't know. It's not a me thing for sure.
So, as you avoid the classrooms, and you head down what appears to be the next best sort of route. There are again 2 oak doors, heavy. You swing them open, and in front of you is a smoke-filled hall. It is heavily obscured by smoke that is billowing out of 2 stone braziers. That word?
Close enough.
Braziers?
Brazier, yeah.
Whatever.
That D&D word that I'll never figure out how to say. Effectively, walking through here, the smoke is so dense and strong that it actually burns your eyes, and you are effectively blinded in this environment.
I don't like it.
Great.
Oh, God.
Are we sure this is the right place?
I have
I don't-
no idea if this is the right place.
Sticks, weren't you leading us?
I'm frozen.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Oh,
you're back. Whew. It was the fog. It was just
I
like,
hear everyone.
hey,
Yes,
you're back.
temporarily vanished in the mist.
What was I leading you? Was I leading you?
Were
Oh,
you
no.
not?
I don't know. I've never been here before.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Do I get the sense that this is a spell of some sort, the smoke, or am I getting a sense that there is a fire?
You can.
I want to just cast Prestidigitation as many times as it can, just to keep the air in front of me a little
Sure.
less burny.
Yeah, and that works. It works for those very limited purposes. You can go ahead and make an Arcana check, Stick.
I'm actually gonna bend down for a second. Elena, I'm afraid I'm gonna lose you there, and I'm gonna pick her up and like put her on my shoulders.
What?
Aww.
15.
Okay, great. Yeah, this is not magic at all. This is natural smoke. There's a
And
source.
it's coming out of the braziers. Like,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'll just yell out really loud. Hey, dude! You said if we needed help, you would help. Dude, where are you?
At this, when you call this out, you hear click, 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 and then from behind you, oh, you're here. Oh no, you must be so lost. This is not a good place for students. Calls out Clarissa from behind you, seemingly unaffected by the smoke. Trailing behind her is another student. Their hands just sort of resting casually by their side. Oh, where are you trying to get to?
The library.
Well, the kitchen first.
The kitchen. I was trying to get it.
Okay, I see. I understand why you try to go this way. Yes, it's very difficult, and as you can see, very, very smoky. The best way to go is through the classrooms. Classes aren't in session right now, so nobody will mind if you take a little shortcut through those, and then you can get to the other side where there's a long hall that will lead you to the library and right past the kitchens. Okay?
That seems like a very inconvenient way to lay out a school system.
Why do you have smoke in the first place?
Yo, what is this room?
Oh, I'm so glad you are all so curious. Now, this way to head out, please. And she gestures back towards the door from where you guys came from and waits for you to leave.
Okay.
Elena pokes on Jadis's head and says, I think we should go. That.
Yeah. I start walking out of the smoke, but as I do, I take a big breath in. I like it here. It smells like home.
Oh,
That's badass. Good job, dude.
that's I'm so glad that you find this to be a comfortable environment, Jadis. Perhaps we can talk about, I would love to learn more about where you came from, so perhaps later we can talk about it.
Of course.
That sounds excellent.
I want to try to make a mental note of this room so I can come back later as
Okay.
much as I can.
Yeah.
Elena's going to use prestidigitation to get that really stanky smoke stank off of her clothes and everybody else's in the vicinity.
Thanks.
Thank you, Elena.
You're welcome.
Gosh, it smells like the tavern I used to sleep in.
Sounds like a story.
Uh,
Well, I guess we don't really have a choice. Feels weird to go in a classroom when there's no class, though.
Yeah, it's always surreal, right? Like,
Yeah, like you
Somebody
really shouldn't
shouldn't
be
be.
there. Yeah.
I want everyone to make a perception check, please.
First
roll
roll of the night.
Can I-
that was really bad.
Natural 20.
Hey,
You're gonna
buddy.
carry my 4.
17.
Well, I
So that's
can
a
do it.
21.
Can I use my passive? Because it's probably going to be better than what I roll.
Not very wise.
Got it. Natural 4, so 9,
Hey.
What's your passive?
20.
Oh,
I
Jesus.
took the observant feat.
Holy shit. Okay.
Wow.
Dang.
Okay.
Passive is 11.
Mine's 10. It's a hot 10.
Mine's 15, but that's because I'm a cleric.
Okay. In that case, forget rolling. Jadis.
Hey.
I rolled a natural 20.
Stick, you follow Jadis's eyes as they as you guys are like, because Clarissa has like stepped to the side to allow you guys to leave the way you came back, and she has also sort of like gestured for the student that's following her to also step to move alongside with her, and they stand behind her, and Stick, you follow Jadis's eyes as Jadis, you look at this student and kind of take them in, real quickly because you're so already naturally observant. And Stick, you also notice this as well because you're like, wait, they're looking. I should pay attention here. So the both of you notice that this student doesn't really have an expression on their face. The look in their eyes is sort of distant. And they never actually look at you guys. Their hands are just lax at their sides, and they just seem to kind of follow the direction that Clarissa gives them. But someone's there, but the lights aren't home, is the impression that you get. And as you guys walk out, Clarissa closes the door behind you, and you hear click, the click of a lock latching.
Oh yeah, that wasn't weird at all.
What's this door made out of?
Oh, it's most of the doors are made out of like thick oak.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, definitely coming back to look at that later.
Jadis, did you see that?
I did. Don't like it.
Yeah.
You what?
What did you see? Am I still on your shoulders, Jadis?
If you want to be.
I mean, I haven't gotten down, so I assume so.
Yeah.
And I kind of just lean down and I say, what was what?
Yeah, what are you guys talking about?
The creepy, far off 1,000-yard stare person? Did you not see them?
Elena
I
kind of
was-
puts her head on Jadis's head and just says, what?
And Astra's like trying to cover for the fact that she didn't notice, and she's like, "No, of course I saw. Sorry, I didn't realize that was what you were talking about."
See, yeah, that's super unsettling, isn't it?
Very.
We not split up at all. For now.
That seems wise. So
Cool.
cool. Yeah. Mhm.
I think thing 1 and thing 2 just became the least of our worries.
I would have to agree.
It sounds really
Yeah.
ominous, you guys.
It's okay. It's okay. We'll just stick together, the four of us,
Okay.
and at least we'll have hopefully some advantage in numbers, and we can watch each other's backs.
That still sounds really ominous.
And I'll just lift up my arms. Well, I got a couple of tricks up my sleeve.
But
I
you're
look-
not
I look
wearing
at-
sleeves.
Oh, that's...
Exactly.
I look at Elena and I'm like, "I'll bake cookies later."
Okay.
Yes. You bake cookies? Oh, you
I
and I
do.
are
I
gonna
make
get
I
along just
make
fine.
really good oatmeal raisin cookies.
There was this bakery downtown that had the best cookies, dude. And like I knew like just when to hit them and get like a whole tray, and I never knew.
You broke in to steal cookies?
I mean, it was Friday and everybody deserved a treat, and I didn't have the money to pay for it. So, do what you gotta do. Onwards to the kitchen. And I just like
Run down the hall.
avoiding.
Wait. No. Hang on. We gotta go together, remember? Before you get too far away.
I'm just literally frozen like this. You got 3 seconds. I know there is food close. I can almost smell it. Can you guys almost smell it?
So you guys go to take the shortcut through the classrooms. And on that note, we're going to go ahead and take our break because I think we have an hour and a half left. And I want to make sure we're taking breaks at least at the halfway mark. So we'll be back in a hot minute to see where our students end up and what other weirdness is going down with Halaster Town.
Oh, man.
See you in a minute.
Yeah.
Hello, and welcome back to Dungeon of the Mad Mage on Variant Rolls. We are playing through Dweomercore. My take on it, as opposed to what's in the published book, spoilers, is our crew are a group of students that have been invited to enroll effectively for free and with no need for an entrance exam. And it's them.
Just true escapist fantasy, free college.
Yeah. Yep, it's them amongst many others, but we are following the exploits of our ragtag non-breakfast club group.
Absolutely not. Wouldn't ever dream of doing something copyrighted on
We
here.
need the dinner club instead?
Yes.
No, can we be the snackage club?
Yes.
Yes.
We be the brunch club.
Wait, we're snack attack.
Yes.
Is it like
Magic snack attack.
is it like SNACCATTACC?
Yes.
No, it's
Yes.
SNAKK
Snack.
ATTCK because it's like straight snack attack. It's like Twitter handle snack attack.
Wow. Okay.
Hardcore.
I'll let you guys workshop that one.
I'm working on it.
So,
Maybe
you
get some
guys,
first made.
you guys are trying to get to the library, and you want to hit up the kitchens to fill those empty tum-tums with some good snackaroonies. So you were stopped in a very smoky hall by Clarissa. Jadis and Stick noticed that the student following her didn't quite seem to be fully about their wits. Clarissa said, "Hey, you can cut through the classrooms. It's fine. Class is not currently in session. It's perfectly fine to cut through there." And she locked the door behind you guys. So you head, at least as far as the map orientation is concerned, you head south through the classrooms. They are your standard classrooms, desks and shelves and jars of various odd things. If at any
Once we get like away from the smoke room, by the way, I do want to point out, point of order, I did get off of Jadis's shoulders.
Okay.
Okay.
If at any point in time you guys want to stop and investigate anything closer, just let me know. But I'm trying to sort of hand wave through some of these locations for the sake of time. As you head further down through the classrooms, you eventually enter into another room that appears to be where you would get school supplies from. Uniquely, there are braziers here as well. Again, the entirety of this school is very dimly lit. But
We
in
just take stuff? Like, is it just like. Do we
Is
see
there like a
door?
book we need to sign?
Yeah.
there is along one of the walls stone shelves, and there do appear to be notebooks, sort of sat in them. Some of them also sit in stacks. There's also what appears to be stacks of parchment paper. You see, as if somehow knowing that you had this question before you ever thought it, there is a copper sign with the words embossed on it in common: "Do not remove supplies without Headmaster Blackcloak's written consent." And as if to dissuade you, in case you have sticky fingers, as you enter through one of the doors, and you see above the door on the far wall that you would exit by, are two, let me pull a picture of these so I know how to describe it. Two green, spherical, floating creatures with one eye in the middle and a mouth with a lolling tongue, sharp teeth, and four tentacles. Not tentacles, I should say. Four additional appendage-like wiggly things with eyes. Nope. This is bigger than a gazer, for sure. But both of these things hover above the doorways about 15 feet, and they just watch you as you move through the room.
What hell kind of school is this? Who puts this in here with kids?
Wizards.
Yeah,
Can
okay.
attest to
Yeah,
that.
that tracks. That tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, uh-huh.
I note the creatures, but there's some big words up on that sign. I'm still trying to parse it.
The copper one that says "Do not remove supplies."
Yeah.
Wait, I kind of want to steal something.
Oh no.
Like, I don't even know if I want to try.
It's up to you.
Is there anything you guys want? I can try and get it.
I mean,
Uh,
Astra's probably looking lustfully at any kind of like divination supplies that are in here, but
The
She
sign
also
says
doesn't
not
wanna-
to take anything, though.
I
well,
mean,
that's what it says. Oh,
Yeah, it says to not take anything unless you get Headmaster Blackcloak's approval.
we should probably not take anything.
And also, those things don't look entirely tasteful. Or
Hmm.
I'm
pleasant.
gonna be really honest. I thought you were going to say tasty, and I did not.
well, I mean,
did not
anything
really
with
know
the right
where it was
seasoning.
going. I mean, that
Probably
thing
got-
is mostly.
Probably tastes like squid, right? Maybe.
Yeah, but if you cook it right and you've got the right sauce,
Yeah.
I mean, I've eaten worse.
I mean, so have I, but
I think we should keep going.
yeah.
I'll mark this for later.
As you all continue to move through the supplies room, You open the door on the far end again, another oak door. It squeaks open. This whole entire place could use probably benefit from some WD-40. And you hear piped into the back of your skulls.
WD&D.
You hear these sort of like raspy voices. They both speak in unison. It's clearly two voices, and this is communicated to all of you. You chose wisely. Stealing is not permitted from the headmaster.
What about borrowing and just forgetting to give it back?
That's stealing.
I mean, you know, it's all how you look about it. Needy people need things. It's, you know, all right, whatever. You got food? Is this the kitchen? Where are we? Are we still in class?
We just left the supply room.
That's the supply
Oh,
room.
sorry. I still got smoke in my eyes.
You think that that's probably coming from the two what are these things? Spectators that are floating above the doors guarding it. As you enter into this next space, and it is a much it's this particular hallway, again, another long ass hall. You look left, you can see it bends out of sight. You look right, it also bends out of sight. Unlike the rest of the space, about half of it is worked stone with the occasional unlit candelabra hanging from the ceiling. But on the other side appears to be dug up, almost like excavated cavern. And Jadis, as the group enters the space, you hear this sort of hushed whispering, and it's, wait for my notes to load.
That's true.
You hear, what appears once in an hour, twice in a blue moon, and never in sunshine? No, Halaster, what the fuck, Halaster? I don't even, and you hear that, you can see out from where you guys left the door, that this sort of like excavated rough rock, continues into another tunnel that looks as if it were like an excavated tunnel from a cavern, and you hear that whispering sort of echoing ever so slightly out of there, discernible only to your especially observant ears.
So you said, wait, I didn't hear that, right?
No, just Jadis. Because they have a passive perception of fucking 20.
Never gonna miss a thing.
And
Got
my
one skill. You can
my
use it.
passive perception of 11, I'm going to miss everything. But my initiative is sweet. I'll be super prepared when somebody tells me what's going on.
Do you do anything with that information? Do you share it with the party? What do you do?
I'm gonna keep it. In the back of my mind. Maybe share it later. Do I know where it's coming from?
Yeah, it appears to be coming from this cavern that's in front of you. Like, to sort of set the stage, behind you is the room you just came out of. There's like,
Far room, yeah.
yeah, there's the door, then there's all the worked stone. It looks like an old, historic, old-ass castle school thing. And then in front of you is basically what looks like a cave with like cavern tunnels, and you can see sort of where people have maybe like tried to dig up around it. It looks like an abandoned expansion site almost.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all you guys can see that. Sorry, go ahead.
And the riddle was, what occurs once in an hour, twice in a blue moon, and never in sunshine?
You hear this person like repeating this to themselves, like quietly under their breath.
Gotcha. All right.
Did you say blue moon or full moon? I'm just writing it down because I'm
Blue moon. Yeah.
I know the answer. Pick me.
Okay, so you guys continue south, and as you do, there is you start to like leave this sort of like more cavernous looking excavated site behind, and there's a door that comes up on your right, and is clearly labeled school meals. You guys go in there. What do you do?
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
Sticks like kicking the door down.
Less excitedly. Elena's decided to stay near Jadis almost all the time. Jadis
Yeah.
is very big.
How tall am I? I don't remember.
That's
How
a
tall
good
are you?
question. You're a hobgoblin. How big are hobgoblins?
They can be pretty fucking tall if I remember correctly.
I thought they were like on the bigger side, right?
Yeah.
Margot, Stick is 6'1".
Oh, I'm
Damn.
5'8".
Yeah, Stick isn't small.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Astra's like 5'10".
Elena's 3'2".
Oh, she's so cute. I want to wear her like a backpack.
Very tiny.
Stick, as you go to open the door, and you can kind of hear the clatter of like pots and pans and the grumbling of something that appears to be working inside. You can actually tend to the kitchen and the sort of smells that come out in this like heat wave. You all hear behind you this sort of like squeal, high-pitched squealing noise from something. And Jadis, that whispering voice you had heard before, what is it? You hear them call out, this time a little bit louder, so you all hear it, but Jadis, you recognize this as the voice from before. Ah, fuck! God damn you, Halaster! And then the continues.
Are you cooking, cat? It's only good if you make it a certain way.
This noise, Stick, is not coming from the kitchens. It's coming from behind you, from the cavernous excavated area that you saw before. You can hear what sounds like leather hitting air. Otherwise, for what some of you might sound like, maybe like wings flapping.
Yep. Can I look back out and see if I see anything?
Yes. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Right. Yep, I don't see anything at all. I got a 7. Which is less than my passive, which is 15. So no.
Yeah, when you look behind you after hearing that noise, if there was something to see, maybe you just missed it. Maybe there wasn't anything to see at all, but nothing peculiar outside of the noises you hear come from there. Are you guys going to keep going into the kitchen?
Do you
Yeah,
guys?
I'll keep going to the kitchen, but as we go there, and be like, hey guys, I heard like a riddle the other day. I was just wondering what you made of this.
I like riddles.
I like riddles.
I do those in
yeah.
my spare time all the time. I
Yeah.
have a book. I have a book of them.
Oh no, it's fine.
Okay.
I didn't come here alone, but I'm the only one who made it this far. I had quite an interesting time getting here. One of the people I was traveling with, though, loved riddles. He asked me what occurs once in an hour, twice in a blue moon, and never in sunshine.
Oh, that's
The letter
really
O.
easy. Yeah, the letter O.
Oh. Okay. I'm not very familiar with common, so
Oh,
I had
that would make it hard.
Yeah.
6
So
months.
angry I didn't get that. I've been staring at him like, I don't know what this is. I usually am pretty good at this shit.
As you guys walk into the kitchens, you also start to hear the sound of slamming doors behind you.
This place is haunted.
Like behind us?
Somewhere like right around where you're at, but in front. It's a little hard to pinpoint. And this again is just coming from that hall. It's not coming from the kitchen. And meanwhile, you're still hearing the sound of like kitchen work coming from the school meals area.
Is somebody
really
there?
Elena's like behind Jadis, just like I don't like ghosts.
You'll be fine. Just fine.
I'll look over my shoulder and try to see what's going on because I'm like, I really want a snack, but I really don't trust what's going on behind me, and I don't want anybody else to get hurt.
Yeah, go ahead and give me one of them good old perception and Rooney checks.
Everything's been so good. I'm bound for 17.
You look around and you don't see shit. You can hear the sound of slamming doors, but there is no source to them at all, to this noise.
And this is the same cavern that I heard
This is more like directed in front of you now.
Okay. Is it still part of like a cavern cave type thing?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I'll just yell out, "Hey, knock it off! You're scaring the sweetest thing on the planet!"
And the noise stops.
Oh, well,
Thank
that was surprisingly effective.
I don't like it.
All right, well, you can stand between Jadis and I.
Let's go get some
Okay.
snacks.
We're both strunk.
You guys, as you're yelling this out, Stick, meanwhile, the door to the kitchen is still open. You turn, face back into the kitchen to enter, and you are met face to face with a bipedal-tailed, dark gray, green-skinned creature with long, gangly arms and spikes all along its head, all along the backs of its arms, all along the front of its legs, all along the back of its tail, and these long, thin, pointed ears, and this pointed face with narrowed black slits for eyes. And it wraps, long fingers, 3 long fingers around the edge of the door frame and peeks its head at you. What are you doing here? Dinner's not ready yet.
Well, hey there, handsome. I am just look. I know it's not dinner. I was just looking for a snack. The travel getting settled in. I'm really hungry. I sent a note to the kitchen for some chicken, but I heard nothing back. I just, if you just have like some bread, maybe some little morsels, some donuts, some cookies, just a little snackage. We're gonna head to the library, pump some brain muscles. Could use some help in that. Please.
Hold on, 1 minute. And it slams the door in your face.
Okay, rude, but you know what? If it gets me food.
I don't really like this place.
And a few moments later, out comes floating a loaf of bread, a couple cookies. Just on like a tray, just floating.
Hey,
Reach out and grab the tray.
Yeah, and when you...
I'm
Oh, go ahead.
gonna grab a cookie and give it to Elena. It can't be that bad.
there's cookies.
There's cookies.
I'm just gonna like hold the cookie for the next 10 minutes and cast detect magic on the cookie. Just to make sure it's not gonna like turn me into a frog or something.
She's just like,
she's just like palming the one cookie.
Stick has already shoved the cookie in her mouth.
After you... No,
TPK.
but that is a great idea. I'll remember that for next time.
Oh no.
Yeah, you take the stuff from the tray. The tray floats away back into the kitchen, and out pops the same head of this creature, and it sort of snarls at you. Now be gone! When dinner's ready, we'll bring it to you. And it looks to you, Stick. And you should have more patience next time you order food. It's not instantaneous, And then boof, it slams the door in your face again.
Thanks
It
for
does
the
work.
snacks.
You're gonna get back and there's gonna be a chicken in your room.
Oh
A
my
cold
god.
chicken. Your whole room is going to smell like chicken.
My whole room is gonna smell like chicken? Oh my god, that sounds amazing. Do they make chicken incense? Oh wait, no, I shouldn't do that. I'd be hungry all the time.
I'm sure I can make you some chicken incense.
But then I'd eat the incense. Let's face it, I'd
It
probably
probably wouldn't taste very good.
Do you think
yeah.
these cookies are cursed?
I don't know. I think I'd rather all
Oh,
Was I supposed to wait?
I mean,
That's
yours is probably fine.
I don't.
And she's breaking up the bread to give like a equal piece to everybody, and she has the smallest one.
I don't see why that they would give us poisoned food.
I just am. This place is not what I was expecting, and she gives the bread back to Stick because she's I'm not that hungry. You
I'll
can
take
have
the
it.
bread and I'll eat a piece of it, and then I'll look at her,
You can have the whole thing.
and then I'll give it back. It's
No.
fine. It's fine.
I'm not hungry.
You guys continue on.
Like literally the giant.
As Stick is chewing on, and I should mention that the cookies you got, they were super crumbly. Like maybe they were sitting out, got a little old, weren't covered, weren't airtight. The bread is definitely like dry. Like you will need to get a drink of water after this, after you've shoveled half the loaf into your mouth. So you continue down this hall. It doesn't go for much further from the kitchens. It does make another. This has been like a very bendy sort of hallway, almost like an S bend. You get towards the end of it. Again, you are occasionally like checking for the signs on the walls to make sure you're heading in the right direction, because there have been multiple other doors you could have entered into, but have not. You again go through another set of doors. And this time you enter into another hall. Except that interestingly, this hall opens up into 90-degree angle corners. If you were to look at it from the top down, it would look like there was a diamond shape in the very middle of this hallway, except that it's completely open. And as you, it's not a super long hallway, but as you move through it and you get towards the sort of, the very middle of this sort of like diamond shape, to either side are two identical statues, 9 foot tall, and the statues themselves are of a figure you recognize. They are of Halaster, the Mad Mage himself, covered in his long cloaks, the big bushy hair, the big bushy beard. Is there anything else I want to mention? No. But
Has it been 10 minutes?
no.
No? Okay. Cool. I'm still
Folks
focusing.
never gonna know what's in this cookie. Ever.
Yeah, definitely not.
Is magic.
Definitely not since you've eaten the cookies. That's for sure. Maybe
Okay,
like
cool.
a minute later. Which one is
Oh, okay.
Which one is the D10? Is this the D10?
It's like a
It's
big,
the
fat
weird one. It's the
like
one that looks like a flying saucer.
Yeah.
I think that's right. Okay. I haven't rolled physical dice in so long. I don't know what they look like anymore.
The really circular pyramid.
Yeah.
The one that isn't a platonic solid.
Oh no, that was the wrong dice. There we go.
The one that looks like this.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So as you guys pass through the statue, one of the statues says, "Die!"
You
And,
first.
No.
I probably should have asked who marching order is. So, in every
Third. I'm number 3.
I'm probably
just-
in front.
you think so? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I'm probably behind Stick.
I'm the big one.
And then I'll be behind Jadis.
I'll take up the rear.
How many hit points do you have? Stick.
63.
Okay. I want you to make a dexterity saving throw.
All right. I'm afraid of all of my dice because I've rolled so well on them. Dexterity saving throw?
Mm-hmm.
23.
Excellent. As you look to your left, one of these statues, just a sound bellows forth from it. Die! A purplish beam.
Is this something I can cast counterspell at? If I had the chance? Or no?
You could, yeah. Do you want to try to cast counterspell?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah!
Tell me how counterspell works.
Tell you how it works or how it works for me.
Just how it works for the game.
brief refresher.
I have never used Counterspell. I have no idea. I'll have to let you
It's
tell
one
me.
reaction,
Mm-hmm.
which you take when you see a creature within 60 feet of you casting a spell. You attempt to interrupt a creature in the process of casting a spell. If the creature is casting a spell of 3rd level or lower, its spell fails and has no effects. If it's casting at a spell of 4th level or higher, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. I guess the question would be, would I probably didn't even notice that it's being cast.
No,
Okay, then it's not something that I could use right now.
and I'm going to be honest with you. You probably want to stick with your deck save versus trying to counterspell it.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay, I'm a healer. I got your back.
23 deck save.
Yeah, so you watch as this purple beam shoots out at you, and you just narrowly kick off the back of your heels, roll out of the way, and it blasts into the wall opposite of it, creating this explosion in the outside corner of this wall.
What the hell?
Son of a. We're not an initiative,
Bad.
are we?
That's bad. This is bad.
What?
And this object is an object, not a creature, right?
It was the statue, wasn't it?
Yeah. Okay.
So there's just so I mind picture the door we came in. Directly on either side of the door we came in, there are 2 statues, or in the center of this room, like at the points of the diamonds, are there 2 statues?
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
so the second one, so in the room, like in the center, quote unquote, of the room.
And
Okay.
did it trigger when we entered the room or when we like passed by the statues?
It triggered when Stick, being the one leading the party, walked in front of this. Because again, you have 2 statues that are sort of facing each other. Entered in like the. It's basically it doesn't say how far across they are, but it's like the apex, if you will, of the room. As soon as Stick sort of like entered that apex.
And this is just in like a room in the way to the hallway, right? This isn't like.
It's a normal room.
Particularly guarded. Okay.
Nope.
So I guess I'll dive out of the way and then like go, wait! Nobody move!
Well, I got a question. Stick, which side of did you get past the statues or not?
Did I get past the
Yeah.
statues or
Which
not?
side did you dive to?
Yeah, you tell me.
I assumed that if I am getting shot at, I would have probably done a forward somersault.
Yeah, then you're on the opposite side of the statues.
Yeah. Nobody move! Oh my god.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Ooh. I think I got a close shave there, but I don't know what just happened. Do you guys know what just happened? Do I know what just happened? I think
I mean, that statue just shot magic at you.
that's what happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. Whoever that guy is. Cool. Can I figure out like if there's like a trigger for it? Or
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
So my answer to you, Stick, would be you can tell me how. You might try to figure that out.
okay, so we came in, we saw the diamonds, right? What do I see? So I see in front of me the statue to, I guess, if I'm looking back at them, the statue's on my right.
Mm-hmm.
And then there were 2 diamonds that we walked in, that were on the walls or on the, where were they?
I think the room is a diamond shape.
The room is a diamond. Okay.
Yeah. So we
Alright,
like came in
Okay.
at like the top or the bottom.
Okay.
Like
I
a
will look down. I will look down and see if I see any glyphs or anything on the statue kind of running across the floor that I would have crossed.
Yeah, I want to go to, I guess, the one that shot at her. I want to kind of very cautiously approach it.
Okay.
Well,
And
they're
kind of investigate it all about, but not crossing in front of it, as I saw that's how it shot at her in my mind.
while they're doing this, and only if I'm sure that they're not directly in like a path of destruction, I want to like take off one of the crystals that Astra's wearing and just casually like toss it into their line of sight to see if anything happens.
Okay, and Jadis, what did you want to do?
So, Did you get a chance to look at the magical weapon that I took?
No.
So, I took this sword called Shatter Spike, and I have a +1 to hit and damage. But if I hit an object, it is automatically a critical hit, and I can deal bludgeoning or slashing damage depending on what I pick. So I'm going to draw a Shatter Spike, cast Green Flame Blade, and do an auto crit on the statue. Just
Jesus
smash
Christ.
it.
Um,
Wow.
Astra,
Wow.
watch my back. I draw my sword, and just whack straight into the side of the statue.
Which one?
The
one
one
I'm
that-
at, or
the
the
one
other
that-
one?
Just shot stick.
That's the one I'm at.
And I'm just over here like, avenge me!
With all your hit points.
How much-
Avenge me.
how much damage does that do?
So that's going to be
Do you have to roll a hit first?
it's
No,
an
it-
auto crit and it's not
Yeah.
moving. So that would be 2d8 plus 6 plus so 48 plus 6.
Tell me what that equals.
Let me roll it.
Already?
Rolling.
While she was like
7,
midway through that, I did want to kind of like
10.
investigate it, see if there was like
6.
Okay.
17 plus 6, 23 damage.
not bad at all. Too much now.
Comes to life and kills all of us. I love how she's like, how many hit points do you have? And I'm like, shit. I was
Oh,
like,
no?
I'm really having fun as this Peralta character. Please don't teach me.
Yeah, well, yeah, how do you think I felt? I was like, fuck!
All right, guys, got to keep that perception up. 24/7.
You did how much damage, Jadis?
26.
Okay.
Yeah, 26.
Alright. And then, Elena, you were investigating it for something?
I was trying to see, I was trying to confirm my suspicions that this was like a magical trap, and if so, I was going to dispel it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
May not be an issue now,
Sure.
but that was my intention.
Go ahead and roll an Arcana check for me.
Oh, I'm good at that.
Did bludgeoning it have any effect?
18 for Arcana.
Nice. Elena, shit.
You're okay.
As you go up, and you move, you said you're like trying to like come at it at an angle?
Yeah, so I'm not like right in front of it.
Gotcha. So as you do that, you hear the statue from the opposite side say, "Don't forget to pick up your participation trophy on the way out." And as you are trying to examine, these statues and see if you can maybe pick up on any magical energy or if there's any glyphs or anything to give away what's going on with these, Jadis comes up from behind you and wham! Swings his sword right into the statue and knocks a good chunk of rock off from it. Fucking hell. And Jadis, how much HP do you have?
I have a lot. I've got, I think, 94.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
94.
do I see this happening?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you guys see it all happening.
Well, then that I'm gonna counterspell.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
So it's a statue. It doesn't really like do anything to cast a spell, but I will say that you can sort of see like that very like briefest moment at the beginning where magic sort of like kind of comes into existence.
I will cast counterspell at 5th level.
Okay, and so how does this work again?
So it's fifth level or lower, it just stops. And if it's higher than that, she has to make
It's
a
a roll.
Yeah,
And if I
roll.
beat the DC of the DC of the spell, then it doesn't work.
So we 10 plus the spell's level. It's
Yeah.
Okay, you have to roll then.
Okay.
That's not great.
That's not a good sign.
Can I inspire I'm gonna inspire myself.
Yes, you can.
I'm just gonna be literally humming to myself. I will survive. I know how to live. I know I'll stay alive. I got all my. Okay, and I'm just gonna roll this just in case I get a D10. So that's 16. So that's 16. So
Did you
I
add your charisma modifier?
plus my charisma. Oh shit, that's right. Counterspell plus
Yes, plus
things.
charisma and proficiency.
So that's 16, 24. 24.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah.
uh, yeah, yeah.
You will survive.
Jadis, you watch as this beam of purple energy starts to, kind of come together in this like vacuum of energy, and just as it's ready to like launch out right into your face, and you can sort of feel like there's like a heat behind this magic, a heat, but also a soul-sucking coldness to it as well. It's bizarre. Stick throws out her hands, makes some kind of hand gesture, does whatever, sings her song, flicks it off, and it just snaps out of existence.
Oh, that is it.
This is
Stand
bad.
back.
No.
I'm gonna make 2 attacks this
Oh,
time. No
God,
green flame blade.
I was.
Just take a regular attack.
I also wanted to try to dispel magic.
That's right. That's right.
Sorry.
Yeah, please.
So, I'm going to let Elena try to dispel magic first.
Okay.
If that doesn't work, I have another suggestion. So let's
Okay.
not go to destroying the statues.
I'm gonna
One
do
of my flaws is that I like breaking things.
That's a fantastic flaw. I'm gonna cast it at 4th level and hope I roll well if it's a higher level spell. So dispel magic, it works the same almost. So I'm casting it at 4th level. If it's a 4th level spell or lower, it's automatically. But if it's higher, which I assume it is, I have to roll for it.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so go ahead and roll for it.
I'm going to inspire her.
Yeah.
I will, just in case, for my inspirations. Elena, are you the wizard?
I'm a wizard.
I'm a wizard, Harry.
I'm a necromantic wizard.
And I'm just gonna go like a wizard, casting for the very first time.
Oh my god.
You're a wizard. Feel so good inside. And you get a D10 inspiration that you can add to your roll for the next 10 minutes.
Hooray! Oh, I don't need it right now because I rolled a 19 plus 9, 28.
You have it for 10 minutes, just in case.
I got it.
I'm trying to live this bard life, and it's really hard.
Doing great. You're doing so great. Elena, you cast dispel magic.
Yeah, I just like put my hands on it as I see that Jadis is about to just smash it to pieces.
Do you have to touch the statue?
I don't have to.
But you
I
are?
don't think. No, I won't touch it.
Do you walk near it? Where are you in
Oh, yeah,
relationship to
I'm
the
like
statue?
right next to it because I was inspecting it.
Oh god, there was a pause right as soon as the dice landed. So the statue that you approach to cast a spell magic on, a sound comes out of it this time. 10, 9,
Can we
I
just
Eight.
run out of this room?
Back up.
Can we just run out of this
7,
room?
Out.
6,
We're just all gonna run out of the room.
We're gonna run.
Five.
We're leaving. We're leaving.
Leave him.
4.
Running out the room.
Do you just like run like straight through 'em out the other end?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Run just right through.
Just run.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yep.
Go.
Yep.
And I'm keeping an eye on the statues to try and cast counterspell if it happens. And I'm just like, go, like army style through the doors.
Mhm.
Do you hang back in there and wait for the countdown to end, or do you rush out as soon as everyone else is gone?
As soon as everybody else is gone, I'm out.
Okay. All right, you all rush out the other ends, slam the oak doors behind you.
I want to listen though and see if I can hear if anything happens in there.
What
Yeah,
the
we can
hell
follow up.
is up with the school?
I'm starting to think this isn't a school, you guys.
I'm starting to think that this is, oh, not good. Oh, oh man, everybody okay? Are you okay? Elena, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh
Are you
God.
okay? That looked like it was almost bad.
Oh, well, almost bad is all good, so we're good. Whew.
So,
Jadis?
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Uh, um, um, stick. Sorry, I can read. I promise. It's not just my character that can't read. I'm gonna tap Stick on the shoulder. Thanks for the backup.
Yeah, you got it. Everybody. Astra, you good?
No, I'm good. Yeah, I'm just thinking about how we're gonna get back to our rooms.
Fuck our rooms. We're gonna sleep in the hallway. Oh God. Okay.
All my stuff is in my room.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's another way around.
Well, if we need to get back easier, I mean, those like floating balls of cool colors can.
Either that or stinking Clarissa is gonna come around and turn us into one of her zombie kids.
Yeah, what?
Huh?
Shh,
It's the
Stick.
zombie.
Ixnay.
The zombie just is another word for cool. One of the cool kids. The cool kids.
I know it's not though. That's
Oh,
like
I mean, I'm sorry. I'm from the streets. We got some. No, on the streets we have cool lingo. Like zombie means cool.
Around this time, you guys are having this discussion. You hear from behind you this sort of raspy voice.
We're so gonna die. I forgot about the stress of this thing. I was like, you could die at any moment.
You hear this sort of raspy, feminine voice speak to you guys.
Ooh.
There's nothing wrong with zombies. I rather think they're very cool and interesting.
Me too, but at least I can see where I'm talking from.
And as you turn around, standing behind you is a woman of average height, very pale, nearly white skin. She has like an extreme undercut, but instead of like it being like a very close shave, it's completely bald. And the rest is like a short bob that hangs around. It is very dark black hair, and along that sort of bald area are swirling black tattoos. And she wears red-colored robes. Sorry, you must be new here. I'm Nihilus. I've been a student enrolled here for some time already, and as I understand, we have new bodies that have arrived today.
I just hi.
I'll step forward and be like, "Hi, Nihilus. I'm Astra." I like offer to shake her hand.
She just keeps her hands at her side and just bows at you.
I'll bow back.
Are you also interested in the necromantic arts?
She smiles very slightly, and says, "Yes, I am indeed very interested in what you can do with the body when it grows cold and you use certain magics with it." And you notice at this time that there are two glowing lights kind of just hovering. These look different than the ones that, like, basically like the hall monitors that escorted you before. They're a little bit bigger, and they sort of shimmer and float and kind of bob behind her.
Stick is just like super red and sweating.
Do you
I'm Stick.
do you happen to know how to get to the library? We seem to be lost.
We seem to have almost died.
Yeah. Did you have to go past some like really bad statues?
When you ask this question, you hear another voice. This time from a person you didn't quite notice before. They are sitting cross-legged in a old-fashioned chair on the wall opposite of you. And when you finally actually get a chance to take in your surroundings, you're getting another long, narrow hall. There are shelves and books that line the walls, but everything here looks very dusty and raggedy and old. It looks like a library, but one that hasn't been taken very good care of. And this other figure calls out to you and stands up, approaches you, and it is a young boy. Can't be much older than 12 or 13. Brown skin. His hair is pulled back into braids. And he likewise wears sort of wizard's robes, but they're open. He wears like a tunic and pants. And his hands are folded politely in front of him. And he just kind of chuckles to himself. Ah, you must be new. That must be your first time meeting Halaster statues. They like to play games when you walk between them. It's best to avoid them or just run straight through and hope you don't piss them off.
I don't
Good
like
to
their
know.
games. Their games are bad games.
So tired of everybody saying we must be new.
I think we just have that look.
I think it's probably that you're so out of breath. Usually it's the new people that do a lot of running around.
Yeah.
Well, how long have you been here then?
I've been here for a while. My name is Spite. And if you want a good guide to the halls of Dweomercore, I suggest that you maybe stay away from those who like to play with dead bodies. And Nihilus, the red-robed wizard, sort of looks down at him expressionless, and just shakes her head and starts to walk off.
Man.
Nihilus says to you, or sorry, Spite says to you rather, and he gestures further down this long hall of dusty books. If you're looking for the library, follow me. It's down this way. I can show you, and I can also make sure you don't run into any other strange statues or harrowing quirks of the academy. And he begins to lead you guys off towards the library.
I will still take the front.
Resume marching order.
Just in case. I'm keeping my eyes open for something that could screw us over, though. I am actively pursuing because now I'm paranoid. I'm like looking at like any wall sconce, going, ha! Oh.
I trust this boy. It's obviously a boy, right?
I mean, do you want to do an insight checker or something? Are you asking me?
Seems suspicious.
It's up to you.
Yes.
Yeah, go for it.
10.
I'm just too busy looking at the walls, going, "Come at me! I'm gonna get you."
Seems like a very polite young man.
Okay, perfect. There's nothing to fear.
And Stick, as you go to, like, you know, do your karate stances at the walls, you and the rest of the party notice that the hallway you came from, what you thought were two oak doors, as you turn around and look, they're actually these sort of frightening frescoes carved into the wall. The doors are nowhere to be seen that you exited from to get from
Behind us.
Mm-hmm.
Like to the diamond room?
Yeah. And as Nihilus, or sorry, Jesus, as Spite leads you forward towards the library, you pass by another one of these frescoes a little bit further down on the opposite side of the wall. And you also notice that there are 4 metal constructs sitting on the sides of the wall as well that you pass by, and they also bear a resemblance to Halaster.
I really likes making images of himself, doesn't he?
Now that reminds me of home.
A lot of people make images of themselves at your home.
It's a lot of military, a lot of great generals, dead ones, ones that are still alive.
I thought
Everyone
you were
likes a statue.
I thought you were talking about the mechanical constructs. I mean,
Do these
I'd like to-
constructs look like they might kill us? Sorry, go ahead, Elena.
no, you're fine. She's saying I just like to tinker with stuff, so she's kind of like meandering in that direction. I mean, I wonder what they used to put these together.
Did you guys want to see if you can tell if they're constructs, or are you just thinking out loud?
Elena's headed in that direction.
Okay, well, you can roll. I think maybe roll.
As an aside, she is a rock gnome, and she does have like this tinkerer trait. Which I mean is basically I can make little clockwork trinkets and stuff. So like I know how to like mechanical things work
Gotcha.
in a general sense.
Since you're not like all up in its business, giving it, like a physical, go ahead and roll perception, but take advantage on it because you have that tinkering background.
Hooray! Oh, what is that? Hopefully it's good. Not too great.
No.
7.
Okay. You really can't tell, to be honest. They're definitely metal. There's plated elements of them, but whether or not they move on their own or anything like that, it's not something you're able to ascertain as you walk by them.
I would just like to know if it looks like it's gonna kill us.
They look scary. The helmets are in the likeness of Halaster. They carry spears. They have capes made of metal. They don't look like anything you'd want to tangle with if they happen to come to life. They're definitely intimidating.
I'll just elbow Jadis and go, do you want to walk in front of them, or do you want me to?
I got it.
I think are they off to the side? Like, are they in our?
Yeah, and I should say that Spite walks by them and doesn't even give them a second glance. And when he sees you guys hesitating, he turns around, his hands still folded politely in front of him, and he says, "Oh, those? No, don't worry. They won't bother us. We're fine. Those are meant for people that don't belong here, and you belong here."
Oh, well, that's the nicest thing I've heard all day.
They look like they're really well crafted. Do you know how long they took to make?
That's an excellent question, and one I would expect of a student here. No, I don't, actually. That's not something that I'm particularly interested in, to be honest. I'm more interested in why you're here in the first place. Come, follow me. Let's take a seat in the library. And he continues. And it's, as opposed to there being like a door, there's like an oak frame built into the stone wall. And there in front of you is the library itself. It's 10 foot high. It contains rows of 8 foot tall wooden bookshelves, packed with hundreds of arcane textbooks and dusty spellbooks.
Elena's eyes just go even wider behind her thick-rimmed glasses.
Mm-hmm.
And she just looks at all of these books.
Now listen, don't touch all of them at once.
And she's already like going over, like meandering over to where like the spell books are.
All right, well, don't climb too high on the all right. I would like to sit down and take a short rest.
Yeah.
Because
That
I get
actually
my
sounds
bardic
really good.
inspirations back in short rest.
Oh, yeah.
A really good idea, actually.
Yeah, no, you totally can do that.
Elena finds like 3 books, pulls them over, and like does the same thing. Takes a
Yeah, I'm gonna go find some divination books and bring them back.
I'm gonna try and find a book that's written in Goblin, if there are any.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You find a whole goblin section of texts. Mm-hmm. And they are arranged in like, the way that they're arranged is by subject and then by like origin, if that makes sense, like regional origin.
Yeah.
As an aside, after this short rest, I am using my Arcane Recovery to get that spell slot back that I used.
I don't think I can do that. I have a. Is that what? I
That's
have
a
Pearl
wizard
of
thing.
It's a
Power.
wizard. Yeah, wizard.
Oh, I have a Pearl of Power too.
Yeah, I don't know why I took it.
I mean, it's nice.
I don't really know what it does. I was just like, sure.
You get an expended spell slot if it is okay. Use an action to get an expended spell slot if it was a 4th level or higher. The new slot is a 3rd level, and once you use the peril, it can't be used again until the next one.
Cool.
Awesome.
I'll look over the bookshelves, I guess,
Yeah.
and look for divination books.
Okay. Yeah. There's a whole section for divination. Absolutely.
Yeah, Astra's like buried
Yeah.
in books
I
right
was pretty much gonna find it and go, Astra, you're already here. Okay.
Yeah. Pretty much any sort of like magical wizard school of magic kind of thing. There is absolutely a section here with those kind of books.
Yeah,
I'm
Alina's
literally
got,
gonna
like, a
go-
stack that's like half her size in books of like necromancy and a little bit of transmutation and just a little bit of abjuration.
I'll
Yeah.
go over to Elena and literally just let her stack books on top of me until she's done. And then I'll take them over to and then I'll come back and let her stack more books on top of me.
Awesome. She has like 3 stacks that are about her size.
Yeah, and then I'll take it back to the table and then I'll come back and be like, listen, you're gonna have to actually sit down and start reading these. You can't okay, I'll take another stack. And then I'm gonna go and
After the
find
third
whatever
stack, she goes,
Archie comic I can find and sit down and just flip through it.
Yeah, there's a small collection of like wizards comics.
Hey, the smartest comic.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. This one had a pop-up.
At one point, Stick, as you're helping carry these like heavy stacks of book to Elena, you are accompanied by a half ogre. They just kind of appear out of nowhere from around the stacks, and they go ahead to just like hoist up a random stack of books as if mimicking your actions, and start to like walk alongside you as you take them to Elena. When you go to set them down, they likewise go to set down these books. And Spite appears again, this young boy, and he says, "Oh, I see you've met my friend. This is Dumara. They're my companion. They are like a protector for me, as you might imagine, being so young that I am."
Hi, Dumara, and I'll hold out my hand to shake it.
Dumara puts out a meaty mitt and says, "It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'm Stick.
Hello, Stick. I'm Dumara."
Nice to meet you, Dumara. Have you been here long?
"I've been here as long as Spite has." And they look at Spite, and Spite smiles and says, "You know, I must say it's rather embarrassing, actually. I've perhaps been here a bit longer than I should be, given where my studies are at. I've not really been able to master anything more than the lowliest of spells."
I am getting some weird jujus. Can I insight check these two?
Mhm.
Okay.
Spite, how old are you? If
Oh.
you don't mind me asking.
No. I realize I'm one of the younger students here. I'm 12.
Spite, I have a weird question.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been 12?
He kind of looks taken aback. Stick, what did you roll?
I 13.
Okay. He looks like a polite young man, but he seems way more, he seems very mature for his age. Like you can be a polite young man, but still want to like kick around in the dirt. You get the feeling that he would not do that. He's polite, but there's also a certain maturity about him that you can't quite put your finger on. He looks at you, Elena, and kind of looks perplexed. Well, my birthday's next year. I just turned 12. I'm not sure that I understand your question.
Is he lying?
You want to roll an insight check?
None of us sources
You
check.
get an insight check. You get an insight check.
I
You get
mean,
an insight check.
so 16.
Um,
A very polite young man.
you also think he's a very polite young man. But there is something about the look in his eyes. There's a certain wisdom, a certain aged wisdom behind them.
I definitely don't think he's actually 12.
You think that he's a polite young man that is very mature, and that there's something off there, and given where you're at, you're not quite sure what to make of it.
Okay.
But all the puzzle pieces aren't fitting together. He sits down in a chair at one of the tables that you guys are at, and Dumara just sort of like thunks down next to him. And he sort of leans in close to you guys, folds his hands together, rests his chin on it, looks contemplative and up at all of you. I have a question for you. I've been here a very long time. Well, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say very long. It feels very long. I should be more forgiving with myself. I've been here longer than I think I should be. But you guys just got here. And so did a lot of other people. Don't you find it strange that Halaster just let anybody in here? He looks at all of you, like, quizzically.
I think it's strange that we almost died like 3 times walking through this fucking place.
I mean, I think the opportunity was a great one. But
I don't know a whole lot about this mountain or this water deep city up there, but I had to fight through 10 layers of shit to get down here. As far as I'm concerned, that's an entrance exam enough. Anyone who survived long enough to get down here the way I came deserves to be here.
That's
Two
an
people conflicted.
I'm just here because I know I'm supposed to be. I don't quite know for what yet.
Oh.
It was kind of this or prison.
Oh, well.
I'm kind of wishing I went with prison.
Well, those are all excellent reasons to be here. And he puts his hands down and starts to push himself away from the table. I guess I thought maybe I had hoped that I had found people of a like-minded curiosity and skepticism.
We're skeptical as shit of this place. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
what are you interested in?
I mean,
no,
we've found some weird stuff in the 3 hours we've been here.
Yeah, it's been super. No, I don't trust this as far as I could throw it. And, yeah.
he looks up at Dumara. Do you think I should? Dumara looks down at him, puts a big old paw around his shoulder. I think you should do what you think is right. I always trust you. Sort of smiles at Butter. Then leans back in close, looks left, looks right. I'm afraid that the headmaster is not who they say they are.
The headmaster's not Halaster.
I have reason to believe that it is someone impersonating them, and I'm not sure for what end, and especially now that so many people have been drawn here.
What reason do you have?
I don't know.
Well, based on what I've heard of your mad mage, things might be better if it's not the Halaster.
It might be, and I would feel that way as well if it wasn't for the fact that if things stayed the same as they were, there was just a few students that had to complete an entrance exam, a few select students, but there are people here that have never even used magic before, and I can't understand why 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 they would do that. Have you? I know you just got here, but have you seen anything unusual, or I mean, besides talking statues?
There was the
Floating.
floating green things.
Yeah, the spectators.
Oh,
There's a room
yeah.
filled with smoke.
There's a room filled. Wait, there was a zombie girl. There
Hmm.
was there, Clarissa, the kind of chick. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, so she was like, we were like in the smoky hallway, like a bad day at the tavern, and somebody lit the chairs on fire. Like it was that bad, like smoky hallway. And then like we like looked behind us, and like behind her was like this girl, right? But she was like there, and she was like super zoned out, like not even there, limp, like gone, like space cadet.
Yeah.
What's a space cadet?
Like the astronauts.
Astra just nods sagely. Yes, yes, I do.
I mean, like planets and, like a person, they're really far away, but they're here. You get what I'm saying?
I get that.
Okay. That's space cadet.
Okay.
But like they're in space. And they're
Interesting.
I don't know. It's weird.
I mean, I have heard of the astral plane, so maybe that's, I don't know.
Something
don't
like
know.
that. Right?
Yeah, I don't know. That's very interesting humor. I'm glad you're here.
It was. Stick and Jadis, I didn't see this person, but would you say they were maybe hypnotized or something like along those lines?
I don't know. It didn't seem like they were hypnotized. It just seemed like they weren't there. Like, have you ever? So, Elena, you might know this because you like dead things. Like,
Yeah.
imagine looking into a corpse's eyes, but the
Huh?
corpse is still moving.
Right.
So I don't know.
I mean, I can do that.
I would prefer if you didn't. That'd be
Oh.
great. Unless it's me, you have full permission to bring my corpse back.
At this
But-
very moment, Nihilus just appears out of fucking nowhere.
Oh God.
That's all right. You said
Oh.
something weird, and this is a thing that happens all the time. People just show up out of nowhere, and it's really starting to bother me.
You said that we can do anything with your body when you're dead?
I think she said I could.
You could do anything with my body, dead or alive.
Oh,
Um,
that's very good to know. Perhaps we should talk elsewhere about this.
Stick, I don't think it's wise to just offer your living or dead body to strangers.
Touche. Perhaps dinner first.
Yes. Dinner should be ready soon. I will see you in the dining hall. And Nihilus turns around, floats away.
Stick just looks back. What just happened? I blacked out for a second.
I think you offered your body to a stranger.
You have a
Shit.
hot date in the dining hall. Cold date.
Like the chicken that's probably cold in my bedroom right now.
Oh god, yeah.
Well,
Okay,
just
I'm
don't bring her
I'm
back
sorry.
to your
I
bed.
just
It probably still smells like chicken.
I just offered my body to. Why did I do that?
Maybe you shouldn't do that.
I probably
Because
shouldn't
you
do that. Why
tried.
did you guys stop me? You guys
Well-
had to do like 90%
Well,
of my
I like-
impulse control.
Next time I'll cast silence on you. How about that?
Cool. Yeah.
That sounds effective.
Did I sound really stupid?
Foolish,
You
perhaps.
mean more than usual, or
That's fair. That's fair. Harsh. You probably didn't need to say it, but I get it. It's fair.
Spite just sort of sighs into their hand. Listen,
Sorry, bud. Yeah, sorry. No.
listen. I don't think Halaster's who they are. But I think there's a way I can figure out more, but I need your help. I need to get into Halaster's chambers.
I'm strangely okay with it.
Know where they are?
Yes.
Well, that's more than we know.
Well, it's right there on the map, and he just points at a map. And it says, Headmaster's Chambers.
Is that the place within the cave?
No.
Okay. Not
To be
the
fair,
cavern.
my
door.
perception shit.
Why?
I mean, there was a cave thing and there was weird noises.
Oh, I was asking out of character.
Oh. Yeah, no. Sorry. Yeah, no. The headmaster's quarters are much further north or close. They're like a lot more closer, like the entrance hall and the lecture hall. You guys have traveled pretty far south as far as like things are arranged in this school.
If I'm looking at the map, what is over in that cave?
Oh, it's not marked on the map.
Was that the one that we heard the riddle? Or you heard the riddle?
Yeah.
Spite looks at you all. Will you help me? Will you help me break into the headmaster's chambers? If not, and something major befalls this school, I can offer you no assistance.
I'll help.
If Astra's in, the only thing, guys, I think it's best if we stick together. So it's all of us or none. Unanimous vote.
I
Astra?
strongly believe this is why I'm here.
I'll cast a vote. Helena.
Okay.
Jadis. You don't seem like one to run away from a fight.
Fine. Fuck it. Fine.
All right. We're in.
Okay. He looks around again. Meet me in the reading nook after dinner tonight. But say nothing of this to no one.
I mean, we're our only friends, so I mean, there's that.
And he stands up, pushes himself away from the desk, and walks away with Umara, his half-ogre companion. Jadis, after all this conversation is concluded and the sort of like loud thuds of Numara's heavy footfalls leave the area, you feel like you see right out of the corner of your eye a pair of red curling horns, black flowing hair, disappear around a corner and out of sight.
I don't like move my head or make any inclination that I saw anything, just looking straight ahead.
Okay. And on that,
one and thing 2 are on us.
and on the thing 1, thing 2 note, we're going to go ahead and end our game for tonight.
Yay.
I am in love with all of you.
We're
I
the
can't
best.
believe I just
You're
did all
gonna
of
die.
I can't believe I just offered my body to a necromancer.
Yeah, as a fellow necromancer, that's a bad idea.
Yeah,
That's
no,
quite
I
a
didn't
commitment.
know. Yeah.
You don't
Give
even get
yourselves
to
some
till
deep
death
water.
do us part.
Yeah.
Also, first time hitting on a woman in game. That was fun.
Hey.
Gotta recognize that beauty.
Yep.
Get some while you can.
It might be the last piece I ever have.
Depending on how this goes.
It is also my first time playing an NPC that's been hit on. So yay for first times!
I am so sorry. I didn't see that. I didn't
No.
see this. So I was like, okay.
Oh
all
no,
right.
you're so good. Yeah, you're good. You're
Okay,
good.
cool. It's like, oh.
You good? It was more like it just took me a second to realize what was happening.
It's okay.
And that-
It took me a second.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like real life, guys.
Yeah.
Ow.
All right, so it is on the hour of the end of our game, which means it's particularly late for some people because it's also late for me, and I'm a little bit further west in the U.S. time zones. So let's go ahead and end things I will introduce you all. If you have anything you want to promote about yourself or to follow you on social medias, or if you have any fun, cool, interesting projects coming up you want to talk about, feel free to do that. Alex, of the Cure variety, go ahead and let us know where you can find you and what's going on.
That's you, bud.
Oh, that was me.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. Sorry.
Hi, I'm Alex. You can find me on Twitter at axolotl And fun fact, I am currently writing a paper about Dungeons and Dragons Twitter. So go on my Twitter profile and please fill out the survey I had posted so I can gather data, because there's no scholarly sources about people who play D&D and are on Twitter.
True that. And I'll see if I can post or you can try to post a link in chat if you want, or I'll try to.
me track it down.
Whichever. Cool. Let's move on to our player of Elena. Go ahead and let us know where you can find you on the social medias. Anything cool, fun, whatever's you got going on.
Sure. Again, I'm at Happy Capster on Twitter and basically every other social media site, although I basically just use Twitter. I personally don't have anything crazy going on. However, I'm gonna plug Baby Squalling Dragons on Patreon and also on Twitter. They make free D&D homebrew supplements. They just released a Pixie subclass for the Rogue. That's really neat. And all their stuff is free on their Patreon. So go check them out. They're real cool. And
Awesome.
they're real good friends of mine, so they're double cool.
Yay!
Yay.
Hey. I will say if you have any links I'm going to post in chat, go ahead and just send them to me in the Zoom chat, and I'll pop them in the Twitch chat, because that might not work if you guys try. Any hoozles, let's go ahead on to Alex of the Charisma variety. Where can we find you on social medias? And do you have anything fun, exciting you want to share going on?
Only fun, exciting thing is being here with you, lovely lady, being such an amazing DM. Like Nox said, you can find me on the Twitter sphere at Crit Charisma. It was my cool name that I changed because my old handle is from like when I was 17, which is unfortunately a long time ago. You could also find me on Instagram. I don't post to as often at Haldaggers. Same with that Twitch. I am going through some kind of D&D fitness, so if you want to follow my crazy escapades with that, I have a push-up competition with somebody who could bench me, so that's pretty great. But that's it. Just come and see us next Monday, because these people are awesome, and I'm so excited to be here.
Yay! We're glad you're here too. We're glad everybody's here. Everyone's been great. Okay. Last but not least of our players, Danielle, where can we find you on the social medias, and what cool, fun, interesting thing you got going on?
So you can find me on Twitter at Rye Raconteur. I know it's a mouthful. I thought I was being clever. And you can find me on Instagram at Thalia Lotta. That's where I keep track of all my cosplay stuff. So if you're interested in cosplay, you can follow me there. And I am currently DMing a streamed D&D 5e game Wednesdays at 7:30 Eastern time on Phantom Roll Booth's Twitch channel. It's just twitch.tv/Phantom Roll Booth. The game is Dungeons and Deductibles, where we follow an intrepid group of fantasy insurance claims adjusters who work for Waterdavian Farm.
Holy shit!
Try to do their jobs despite being wonderful disasters, and at the same time are dealing with some mysterious disappearances in the board of directors of their company. So it's really fun. We're like 2 sessions in. This week will be our 3rd session, so you can come watch them try to give jobs to a tribe of orcs, which I think is what's about to happen. It's really
I am so in love with this.
It's wonderful.
That is freaking amazing. Holy crap. Wow.
So we'd love for you to join us 7:30 Eastern time, twitch.tv at /Phantom Roll Booth. Yeah, come say hello to me and my awesome players.
Cool. That's super awesome. I'm gonna post this into the Twitch chat as well. Phantom Roll Booth. I don't know if I spelled everything right. Here's hoping.
Yep, that's right.
Yay! Cool. So last but not least is yours truly. I'm Nox. You can find me on the internet at NoxNoctua on Twitter. My Twitter account is currently on lockdown for professional reasons, but you're more than welcome to request an ad. I'll probably add you if you talk about games that aren't dickhole. This is my first time running a game like this, so super nerve-wracking. I hope everybody had fun. We originally planned to have 3 sessions. We're only having 2, so next week will actually be our last session. So let's hope I can wrap it up. Yeah.
That's news to me.
Yeah, I don't think there's room to move the schedule forward like that, but I'll double check. But regardless, we'll be back here again on Monday, same time, same channel. You can follow the channel on Twitter at twitter.com/variantrolls. We also have a Patreon that you can subscribe to get variant roles for your D&D game. And then, of course, we're always recruiting for people for future Dungeon on the Mad Mage levels. People that want to run it, stay tuned to the Twitter for more information there. And I think that's it for everything. So yeah, thanks everybody that joined. Thank you so much for my players. And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.